there are few people working, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer. Customer service can be affected.
All right, tax preparers say the calls have been coming in from people wondering about firings in the IRS and how it could affect their return, and how some of the Trump administration proposals now could affect their filing. So this may also have you wondering how the changes could affect your tax return. Tax experts now noted there could be delays depending on how and when you file. But Queen City News anchor Derek Dellinger has been talking to these tax pros all day long. Now, you've also been trying to be able to get impacts on the IRS workers here in the Carolinas. So, Derek, what have you been able to find out about all of this?
Well, we can tell you that we know that some of the firings, they have already happened in Boston, Philadelphia, also Denver, Colorado, but no known impacts yet on the Carolinas. That's still a developing story. It still does not mean that you won't see the impact once you file. The news over the past couple of days, especially in regards to what's happening or could be happening to your money, has been creating some uncertainty. Even if you are not feeling it, it doesn't mean someone else is. And tax preparers say this is an issue they've been hearing about from a lot of people.
I've had quite a bit of anxiety from my clients over the past few days. One yesterday reached out to me and asked for my perspective. They're worried because they need to file an extension, but they're worried about what that is going to do to any potential refund that they may get.
Crystal Wilson is with Crystal Clear Tax, which is a tax preparation service in Charlotte. She says the calls run in line with the ones she gets during tax season, so it's not necessarily added stress for her, but
it's business as usual for me. I deal with taxpayer stress on a daily basis. I have a year-round firm, so I'm used to anxieties. There's a lot of anxiety about taxes generally, so this only adds to it. But from my perspective, I'm not anxious about it because I'm doing what I do every day.
The anxieties are added by the firings that have been reported across the country with the Internal Revenue Service. Thousands of workers let go or due to be let go within the agency. That news has come with worries about whether people will get their return on time or at all, while others are wondering about other Trump administration proposals which could affect taxes. The changes enacted or proposed have been enough to get backlash from IRS workers. The union representing them saying that the firings are a, quote, recipe for economic disaster, especially during tax season, and noting that they have multiple legal challenges pending over the firings. In a statement on their website, the union's national president noted in part, in the middle of a tax filing season when taxpayers expect prompt customer service and smooth processing of their tax returns, the administration has chosen to decimate the whole operation by sending dedicated civil servants to the unemployment line. Queen City News did reach out to the state chapter of the union representing North Carolina workers, but did not hear back. But the right now uncertain nature is being felt, and those that may have anxiety about it, some advice.
If you want to get a refund and you feel like you're going to get a refund, go ahead and file your taxes. E-file. Double check with your tax preparer the accuracy of your return. Do everything that you need to do to avoid any potential delays, and also do not bank on getting a refund for your day-to-day expenses.
And the way Wilson told us, this all goes down to your level of comfort or discomfort with the uncertainty surrounding the IRS firings. We are told the firings could affect some customer service and also those who do paper filings, but Wilson and others noted that they have not seen any delays in refunds yet. Alicia?
And Derek, you also spoke with a tax pro too off camera. And I have to say, I mean, they asked the same question I really had, is a lot of people are wondering, should they file at all at this point?
Well, yes, they should be filing. And
yes,
that's
right.
kind of the big question. But they also had to, many of the questions they had also had to do with the proposed changes now to the tax code, what could be coming with that, changes to the IRS, and also any potential stimulus checks, since that's actually something that's out there too. Now, long story short here, they're saying whatever happens here, you're going to be worrying about that next year, because the tax year, that if you're going to be filing your taxes for this year, it's for everything that happened last year. And so if anything happens this year, you'll be worrying about it next year.
Yeah, and if you want to be able to see this again, because there's important facts that are in the story, you definitely need to file your taxes and file them on time.
Yes.
Right now, we're not learning any information about that. So you can watch the story again on QCnews.com. Derek, thank you so much for your coverage.